Hey everyone, and welcome back to another GTA video here on the channel. Today we got the big news that we've all been waiting for. The GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition trailers are officially out, showing what the game looks like. We don't have to speculate any longer on this. And with it came a big newswire detailing some of the enhancements and changes that we are going to be seeing. Now, I can't show the whole trailer here, or else Strauss Zelnick will personally deliver a copyright claim directly to my house. So I'm going to be taking a look at some before and after screenshots and breaking down some of the things that I noticed in the scenes. Before that though, let's just get this out of the way. The release date is confirmed November 11th for the Xbox and PlayStation consoles, both old and new gen, PC via the Rockstar launcher and the Nintendo Switch, and they will be released physically for consoles on December 7th at a price of $60 US. Now getting into the comparisons here, this first screenshot shows CJ in the desert area of the map, and really pay attention to the textures on the ground and the skybox in this scene. When we switch over to the remastered version, you can see there is just much more detail in the ground with more detailed bumps and cracks to make it look much more natural instead of just like a flat texture on the original. The skybox also has a massive improvement, not only with the sun shining across the horizon there, but above that you can see clouds in the sky too. It doesn't look all that washed out anymore. This is a scene from GTA 3, and for this one, pay close attention to the foliage and trees in the background, the lighting, and the draw distance of the skyscrapers. Obviously, this is a game from 20 years ago, so it's not going to look all that appealing if you look at it today, but the trees, they look almost flat. Not very pleasant to look at, and there's also this kind of grayish color scheme over the entire picture. That's kind of how GTA 3 was, though. But all of that changes once we switch over to the remastered version here. The lighting looks way better, and there's even some lens flare going on against the building back there. There's much more detail on the skyscrapers too, especially the one farthest to the right that does have the lens flare against it. And the trees look way more realistic and natural. They don't look like flat textures anymore. To be honest, they almost look like the trees that we see in GTA 5. Moving on to Vice City, the texture and lighting on the buildings looks very bad for today, obviously. They're just very blurry and pixelated. And the new version, it's almost like you put some glasses on. The lighting on the buildings looks much more defined. The entire scene is also way more vibrant. The colors pop out at you. And I really can't wait to see what this looks like at nighttime with this new lighting. It's probably going to look amazing. This is our first look at character model detail close up. That 7 on the back of the jersey is extremely blurry. These are by no means anywhere close to HD textures back in 2004. Another thing that I want you guys to notice is the lighting on the back wall too, as we switch from the old to the new here. The jersey detail looks like a night and day difference. Not only is the pixelation completely gone, but you can see the clothing texture in detail too, like the little ridges that jerseys have. If I'm being completely truthful, it looks better than GTA 5 clothing textures. Some of the textures that we have in GTA Online for the clothing are really blurry. The lighting on that back wall is also revamped completely. It's not just this dark corner anymore. Here we are in Las Venturas. This one mainly showcases some lighting effects going on. There's not much glow on the original, but in the remaster, there's this glowing effect to the lit up buildings. And the casino signage is also noticeably more detailed with the 4K textures. Now this is probably the biggest difference in the entire trailer, GTA 3 at night in the rain. It hardly even looks like it's nighttime in the original game. It's not very dark and everything kind of blends together. However, the remaster completely changes that. This is a very good looking shot from GTA 3 Remastered here. The nights look like actual nights. You can see the lighting improvements with the headlights shining on the wet roads kind of in the back there. This shot almost reminds me of like Watch Dogs 1 with the rain at night too. It's got that gritty, dark feeling to it, and it really stands out. Another shot of character model detail here. The light bounces off of the character's face and clothing much more naturally. And again, like the San Andreas scene, you can see the detail of the clothing, both on the suit and on Tommy's shirt. You can see like where the stitching is and everything. It's just very detailed. Very nice job. Here we have CJ just winning a race. The taillights of the car lack any sort of reflection at all, which makes it not really look like a taillight, but more so just like a flat texture. And the textures behind CJ are vastly improved when we switch over. The car now has detailed reflections of the forest on the taillights, which make the car look that much more realistic. And you can see those beautiful 4K textures on the wood and the trees back there that makes the game look a lot better. The hands in this scene really show a difference here. It looks like he's like forced into a fist in the original GTA 3, but in the remaster you can see his individual fingers. Of course, everything else in the picture looks great too, but the hand really stood out to me. I know I'm starting to sound like a broken record here, but analyzing the screens picture by picture, you can just see how big the difference actually is in these remasters. The flooring here has that texturized look to it, where you can almost tell what kind of material it is. And the lights in the back give off a much bigger glowing effect. They glow much brighter than the original. And in the final comparison shot, we see Kendall for the first time, and she actually looks a lot different in the remaster. I would say she probably has the most different look out of all the characters. But man, these remasters are looking great. I cannot wait to just jump in and just go exploring and look at all the new details and relive these worlds again. Now let's head over to the Newswire and check out some of these improvements that they're mentioning. Grand Theft Auto: The Trilogy, the Definitive Edition, introduces wide-ranging modern control upgrades, including improvements to targeting and lock-on aiming, updated weapon and radio station wheels, updated minimaps with enhanced navigation allowing players to set waypoints to destinations, updated achievements, trophies, and more. The Nintendo Switch version also features Switch-specific controls, including gyro aiming, as well as touchscreen camera zooming, pans, and menu selections, while the PC version includes support for NVIDIA DLSS and additional new accomplishments via the Rockstar Games Social Club. Additional enhancements across all three titles include a completely rebuilt lighting system, improved shadows, weather, and reflections, upgraded character and vehicle models, along with new higher resolution textures across buildings, weapons, roads, interiors, and more. It also features a range of environmental upgrades, including all new foliage, smoother surfaces, and increased draw distances to provide a new level of depth and clarity throughout the world. And I believe it runs at 60 FPS at 4K on the next-gen systems. On the old-gen systems, I don't know if it's going to be 60 FPS. I would venture to say it's going to be 1080p 30. The fact that these games are going to have the weapon wheel and radio wheel from GTA 5 and updated minimaps to allow waypoints is huge. That's going to be a big deal for new players, because back then, playing these games, you had to find your own way wherever you were going. The game didn't highlight a path for you like it does in like GTA 4 and GTA 5, so it made it quite easy to get lost sometimes. We have known for a while now from leaks that they're going to be made with the Unreal Engine, of course. But what's cool about this is that the Definitive Edition is actually going to be on Game Pass November 11th for Xbox, and the GTA 3 Definitive Edition will be on PlayStation Now starting December 7th. Anyways, that is going to wrap up this video. I'm super hyped for this to come out. Just a few weeks, we have to wait for it. Let me know which one you guys are going to be playing first in the comment section. I almost want to play San Andreas first because that's the one I spent most of my time playing. But all of these are surely going to be great, man. I can't wait. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, feel free to leave a like as well as subscribe to my channel for more GTA content. And as always, thanks for watching and have a great day.